Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your February 2022 mid-month general readings. So we are looking at the last 2 weeks of February, and this reading is for the earth sign of Capricorn. Welcome everyone. I hope you're all doing well, and as always, thank you for everything you do in support of this YouTube channel, watching these videos, sharing, liking, subscribing. Those of you who reach out for personal readings, those of you who send donations, all of it is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, and many blessings back to you. So, this reading is for Capricorn, last 2 weeks of February. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Capricorn. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Capricorn. It is a general reading, so of course it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone watching. How could it not? So watch all of your signs for any additional insight that they might provide, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. And if you find something does resonate with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, click on the description link below, that little arrow. You'll see my email address there, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. Feel free to email me directly. I'd love to hear from you. I can usually respond the same day with more information. I do offer quite a variety of readings in all the main areas of life, so message me if you're interested. All right, Capricorn, earth sign of Capricorn. Let's see what the last 2 weeks of February look like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with Legacy of the Divine. All right, we begin with Knight of Wands. This is the energy of something moving quite fast. Knights usually represent offers and opportunities, or the speed at which a situation moves. Knight of Wands is the Knight of Fires. This is very fast, impulsive, spontaneous energy. With the King of Coins, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Could be you or another earth sign that's relevant to you. Or somebody who's manifesting like that solid, stable, reliable King of Coins. Next, we have the Star, renewed, restored hope, faith, and optimism. You know, in the tarot, chronologically, the Star comes after the Tower, which is why this is a renewal of faith. So it implies that something perhaps quite difficult, challenging, traumatic, catastrophic. I mean, the intensity is going to vary in a general reading. And the Star comes out after all the smoke clears and you're trying to figure out, how to move forward. The Star comes in to renew and restore hope, faith, and optimism in the path that you're on, that you can get there, that it's a path leading to joy and fulfillment, but it's like winter into spring, darkness into light, sickness into health. So it does imply that perhaps something the two of you are on, the two of you, I don't know why I said the two of you, perhaps this involves somebody else as well. It does imply that you've been through something recently that was quite difficult, but you are recovering or recuperating. With the Star, we have the Five of Cups, which is a card of sorrow, loss, grief, and regret, sometimes an apology. Not all is lost. She is grieving over what has been spilled out and lost from these 3 cups, but there's still 2 cups upright and full for her. So yes, there is hope. And a strong implication that no matter what's happened in the past or what you've done, you're still putting one foot in front of the other on the right path. Next, we have the Ace of Coins, a new beginning that makes sense after whatever it is that's happened. This might be a practical new beginning because coins is governed by the element of earth, which typically governs the more practical aspects of life. Money, finance, property, real estate, assets, job. It can also reference emotional things too, but coins, the earth energy, is about things that give us that sense of security and stability and solidity in life, the efforts we put into acquiring and maintaining those things, whether they're long-term jobs, money, relationships. So the Ace of Coins, this is the number 1. It's the start of something new. It could be moving, relocating, a new job, a new project, or a new plan in life moving forward that perhaps is a practical plan. These are the steps I'm going to do every day, etc., etc. With the Ace of Coins, we have the Page of Coins, who's just starting out, the student, the apprentice, learning. Pages can sometimes represent messages and messengers, and I'm actually getting both of that. It's hearing new information and trying to figure out something on the start of a new path or a new project or regime of some kind for some of you. Others of you, it might be, like on the job training. I get that kind of sense anyway. It just really depends. It might be as concrete as an actual new job or moving and relocating or a new project. But there's this sense of starting over or beginning anew in a new and maybe more practical sort of way, or a way that involves more practical wisdom. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus for the last 2 weeks of February is the Four of Swords, which is a card of recovery. Recovery because you're exhausted, worn out, I feel, Capricorn, like either something happened. I keep getting regret. I don't know why. Either something happened and you regret how you responded to it, or something happened that you directly caused and you regret it in some way. Because I'm getting a sense of, I wish I hadn't something. Maybe acted so impulsively. The Four of Swords is the overall energy, is a card of recuperation and healing. It's a temporary withdrawal from some kind of conflict or challenge or struggle of some kind. But there also is an implication here of being tired and needing to recuperate and recover. It's a card of, self-care, or taking better care of yourself, or needing to focus more on self-care. Definitely feels like something happened here, but you're moving forward. Okay, let's clarify the Four of Swords. The Queen of Coins, there you are. We have a couple here. We have the King and Queen of Coins. So for some of you, there might be a partner included in this. So the Queen of Coins, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, taking a time out. The Eight of Coins, hard at work, steady work, trying to build up a solid, stable foundation for yourself, trying to build up security. Maybe you guys are working too hard, or you're having difficulty. I mean, this is rest and recuperation because of work. And it doesn't necessarily mean, a 9-to-5 job. I mean, it can mean that, but it can mean a lot of different things. It can mean, here it feels like there's maybe some difficulty between a work-life balance, trying to learn how to balance everything and make the best decisions. Perhaps you got completely tired and overwhelmed and did something spontaneous, and which is why, or impulsive, that you regret, which is why there's this sort of regret or apology there. Clarify the Knight of Wands, fast movement, impulsive, spontaneous movement, or something moving forward. The Five of Cups again. We've got the Five of Cups twice. Grief, loss, regret. This is clarifying the Knight of Wands. This is like somebody regretting that they acted so rashly or so quickly or so hastily. The interesting thing is that the Wheel of Fortune is also with that Five of Cups, which is divine timing and orchestration. And I feel, Capricorn, not that Spirit orchestrated whatever it was that happened, but allowed it to happen in order to bring something to your attention, maybe to the attention of the people around you, or bring something to your attention that needs to be changed or needs to be worked on, like maybe a pattern you have, or a way of behaving or choosing or acting or something like that. Even though there's, pretty significant level of regret here, it feels like, God, Spirit, angels, and guides have allowed this to happen so that, we tend not to work on the things that we need to work on unless they become an issue or a problem or start to interfere in our lives. And sometimes Spirit allows that to kind of come to a head in a pretty difficult or challenging way in order to bring our attention back to it so that we can begin to address it. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Let's clarify the King of Coins. The Two of Cups, traditional soulmate card. So this is a partner or a best friend for many of you. The Six of Coins, gift giving and gift receiving, but it can also represent the balance of giving and receiving, sometimes called the breadcrumb card. So it may be that, honestly, for some of you, Capricorn, this feels like a couple, maybe who have a life together or married or something of that sort, and you guys have a full life. But it feels like perhaps maybe you're taking on too much, or you automatically assume to take on too much, and your partner is there who obviously loves and cares about you. I mean, we've got the traditional soulmate card here, but they're not pulling their weight, or they're not helping enough, and you're just taking on too much, and you're tired and exhausted. Maybe something happened because of that, right? But again, the Wheel of Fortune is over this whole row of cards. So, this is Spirit, through something quite challenging, is giving you the opportunity to go, okay, look, we can't do this way. We have to do this a different way. We have to find some other way that actually works in a practical way in our day-to-day life, right? That's what this feels like. The Star. The Knight of Cups, and Faith. The Star is based on faith. It's hope, faith, and optimism. It's trusting that the path you're on is going to lead to joy and fulfillment. It's not giving up hope. And faith here, which is the Hierophant in other decks, but here it's faith because it literally references faith. The Knight of Cups, a love-driven offer of support, encouragement, love. So it feels like Capricorn, you have some kind of support network around you, or some kind of support around you that's love-driven, to kind of help you not lose faith, not lose hope, but to help you kind of figure out how to move forward in a better way for you, in a more workable way. Clarify the Five of Cups. I mean, we already know what the Five of Cups is, but I want to see what the original card clarified by. The Moon. The Moon can represent hidden fears, the way not being clear, feeling uncertain. The King of Coins again is behind that. Perhaps this has affected your primary relationship or marriage. Perhaps you're not sure because of what happened, what's gonna, is this, gonna severely impact my relationship moving forward in a negative way. It can also represent that you might not be being vocal enough in asking for help, particularly from your partner or the people around you, because that's what gets us through these difficult times, and that's what keeps us from feeling we're all alone and we're carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders and we just can't do it, right? Clarify the Ace of Coins, practical new beginnings. Three of Cups, friends, social network, positive connections in your community, help, resources, people who care about you, places that are set up in the community for you. I mean, for some of you, this could be, work or somebody helping you find a job. But for some reason, I get that this is all geared towards doing things differently after something happened, because it was too much for you, and maybe you didn't ask or reach out the way that you should have. Maybe the people around you, or particularly a partner, wasn't picking up enough of the slack. But it feels here like towards the end of this, and it's only a short period of time, 2 weeks period of time, it feels like you're starting to get a handle on things. You're moving forward. It looks like there's some kind of network or support available to you, and you're kind of figuring out how to move forward and do this, start over, but in a different way, maybe a more practical way. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so, all right, I'm going to end this with some advice, guidance, any final messages from Spirit for you, Capricorn. This card just jumped right out of the deck while I was shuffling. Six of Swords, also a card of healing. Slowly but surely leaving the worst behind you and moving towards a better place. You're still in motion. You're not to the other shore and on solid ground yet, but you're definitely moving towards it. And, the worst is behind you. The Sun, light, love, warmth, laughter. Perhaps you ought to try and carve out some fun time for yourself, or some fun away from your work or your kids or your house or something of that sort. The Hermit. This card can be a card of learning from your mistakes too, because the Hermit takes a step back, and there's all this kind of taking a step back and resting and reflecting kind of energy for you going on for the last half of February. But the Hermit uses his experience, and he gains wisdom and knowledge from the road he's traveled. He's learned from his mistakes. He's learned from other people's mistakes. This is about gaining wisdom moving forward, but it also is about a quiet, contemplative time. The Three of Coins, teamwork and collaboration, working with other people to help you through this, reaching out for help and accepting help, and healing and taking some time off, and not just taking time off, but it's also about work-life balance here, carving out regular bits of time where you're away from the bulk of your responsibilities, even if it's for a short period of time on a regular basis. Like if you're working, time off from work. If you stay at home all the time, time away from the house. If you've got, kids, time away from the kids. If all of those things are combined into one, well, then you've got to get away from that, even if it's for short periods of time on a regular basis, because work-life balance is just that. It's about balancing things, balancing the practical aspect of life with your personal aspect of life. And nowadays, because of how the world's, blown up with the pandemic, many people are working from home now, and they're working from home, so their home becomes their work becomes their home. If they have kids at home, that separation between work and home, or that, where it was much more easier to kind of compartmentalize things, is more challenging now. So this is about trying to find that balance in between them, particularly perhaps after you maybe temporarily lost your balance. That's what I feel this whole reading's about, Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, those are your messages for the last 2 weeks of February. I hope you found them helpful and useful. Again, if any of this resonates with you, you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, take a deeper look at something for yourself, or perhaps as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at maggie_mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you and to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the March general readings. Until then, stay safe and well. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.